Tonight, Bill Gates is calling Elon Musk, quote, insane for supporting Germany's far-right AfD party, a party which includes members who have been convicted of using Nazi rhetoric. Gates speaking out, obviously the founder of Microsoft, telling the Times of London, quote, it's really insane that he can destabilize the political situations in countries. This is insane. You could see it on your screen. That after Musk said this at an AfD rally just this weekend.
I think there's frankly, too much of a focus on past guilt, and we need to move beyond that.
Fred Pleitgen spoke to a top AfD party leader in a story that you will see first here tonight out front.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Elon Musk larger than life, the virtual guest of honor at the far-right Alternative for Germany's election campaign kickoff event. Some AfD members have been accused of using Nazi rhetoric, Musk calling for more German nationalism.
I think there's frankly, too much of a focus on past guilt, and we need to move beyond that. It's okay to be proud to be German and not to lose that in some sort of multiculturalism that dilutes everything.
Music to the ears of AfD supporters.
Go, go, go. Fight, fight, fight.
Musk speaking even before the party's main candidate, Alice Weidel, who makes no secret on immigration the AfD sees eye to eye with the Trump administration. Weidel telling me just how important Musk's support is.
I'm incredibly happy that he could make it, and I wish him and Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, all the best and God blessings.
What would you do if you became the chancellor
immediately? Closing our borders, controlling them, and then sending out all the illegals and also these people who do crimes. They have to leave our country.
Germany has taken in millions of refugees in recent years, mostly from Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan. But after a string of high-profile crimes, like a recent stabbing by an Afghan asylum seeker, killing a 2-year-old boy, and a man trying to stop the rampage, many Germans have soured to the migrant influx. Musk inserting himself into German politics, calling German Chancellor Olaf Scholz an incompetent fool, and saying only the AfD can save Germany.
While Germany's established parties have said that they will not cooperate with the AfD, the party is currently riding a high in the polls and could soon be one of the strongest political forces in Germany.
Elon Musk, what the no one wants your Cybertruck!
Outside the venue, Musk also a lightning rod for those protesting against the AfD. I understand what happened in 1933, this man says, where many people didn't want to see it. And I don't want my children to ask me, Dad, where were you when the Nazis started again? The AfD rejects accusations of being right-wing extremists, and the party leaders say, like it or not, the AfD is on the rise, with Elon Musk fueling their ascent.
Now Elon Musk is on our side, so you have to make a decision. You want to have a party with Olaf Scholz and with all those eunuchs of the other parties, or you are on our side with Elon Musk, with Donald Trump, with almost the entire world. So which side of the firewall has more sex appeal?
And Aaron, tonight, a new poll here in Germany does have the far-right AfD in second place, garnering around 22% of potential votes in Germany's upcoming election in late February. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is now calling the election here in Germany important for the very future of civilization. Aaron?
All right, thank you very much, Fred. Important for the future of Western civilization. Of course, Elon Musk has posted that it is Trump's victory that is saving Western civilization, so the connection there. Out front now, Ross Gerber, president and CEO of Gerber Kawasaki, a longtime major Tesla investor. Ross, I appreciate your time. We spoke to you after Musk endorsed Germany's far-right party. The party, of course, as Fred mentioned, they've had a regional leader convicted of using Nazi rhetoric. You at the time said it was, quote, disgusting to use your words. So now here Musk is speaking to that group at a rally and telling that particular group it's okay to be proud to be German and to move beyond their past guilt. What's your reaction to that?
Well, personally, I'm actually part German, and my father served in 1961 when the Berlin Wall was put up by the communists in Germany. I've spent a lot of time in Germany as a child. He was stationed at a place called Bad Kreuznach. So the United States has defended Germany for a very, very long time, and we have a very long history. I also have a family of Holocaust not survivors, victims in Germany. So I find the whole move to fascism extremely disturbing. It's just Germany has come so far as a country from 60, 80 years ago from the war, and to see this push back, it's the same exact playbook that Hitler used in the 30s to create the Nazi Party. It's literally the same attack on immigrants, and in this case it was Jews, now it's immigrants. It's really a disturbing trend in the world, but it is not what people want. It is not the majority of what Germans want or Americans. And I think the perception on social media is completely different than what's actually happening in real life. And so he's simply manipulating people's views.
So, but of course, we live in this world where sometimes the virtual is more real than the reality. And that's what can happen in these scenarios. Ross, I guess as somebody who you were Musk's one of his earliest and biggest supporters, right? You know how he operates, been a long-time investor in Tesla. When Musk goes and speaks in front of a group like this, a group that he's endorsed, AfD, right? And it is the right-wing group, and tells them it's proud to be German, it's okay to be proud to be German. I mean, it almost sounds ridiculous to say, does he not know what he's doing? I mean, is there any question in your mind that he understands the significance and the importance of exactly what he was saying to that group?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Elon is certainly somebody who knows what he's doing. And once again, I'm proud to be German too, because I'm proud of what Germany has become.
Right,
okay?
absolutely.
But I don't understand what nationalism or what we call white supremacy is somehow being proud to be German. In fact, being proud to be German is exactly what Germany's become. And it's a wonderful country today. So it's a democracy and people can have different views. But I think what Elon is doing is extremely detrimental, as a shareholder to Tesla, but this is all about power, and Elon's trying to become one of the most powerful people in the world, and that's what he's doing.
Well, he's already the richest, right? So right now, the power equation. So on that front, I ask you this, Rush, to be direct, since he endorsed Trump and became so close in that inner circle, he spent almost every day since the election by Trump's side. So that's clearly where he's spending his physical time. And his social media posting time is on a variety of things, but most of them are political. Tesla's stock price has surged. I mean, surged. It's up more than 70%. That is stunning by any stretch of the imagination. This is just since Trump won. So you as a shareholder have made a hell of a lot of money. Are you selling because of what you see here? I mean, is this a matter of conscience, or what do you do? And are you worried about Tesla, given how we just laid out how he's spending his time?
I mean, I think you got to pull this chart back a little bit, because it was actually in 2021 when Tesla was over $400 a share. So the truth is, I haven't made money in Tesla in 4 years unless I bought it a year ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
I
in fact,
understand.
it's the opposite of the truth. The real situation is he hasn't made us money in years. The stock is extremely expensive and vulnerable to a price decline if valuations change in the market, and their core products and services have not been developed in a competent way, and that's all going to come to roost at some point. Like, full self-driving still doesn't work. He wants to release a cab that's going to drive on its own, but I use it every day, and I couldn't use it the other day because it was raining too hard, and it doesn't work in the rain. Well, that's a real big problem because it rains in a lot of places. Okay, so we want to make robots, I guess, and so I think Tesla sales declined last year. I expect them to be stagnant again or even decline this year. And consumers don't want anything to do with the brand. I mean, every day, people complain they're getting flicked off for driving Tesla. So Tesla makes some of the best cars in the world, but it has the worst image as a company of any company I can think of right now.
In one of the fastest turnarounds, if that continues. Well, Ross, I appreciate your time, and thank you for coming out front.
It is a clash of the tech titans, Bill Gates versus Elon Musk. In a new interview with the Sunday Times, the Microsoft founder is blasting his fellow billionaire for embracing right-wing politicians abroad and sounding the alarm about his rival's political influence. Gates tells the paper, quote, "It's really insane that he can destabilize the political situations in countries." He goes on to say, quote, "You want to promote the right wing, but to say that Nigel Farage is not right-wing enough. I mean, this is insane stuff. Gates adds, we can all overreach. If someone is super smart, and he is, they should think about how they can help out. But this is populist stirring. Let's talk about all of this with CNN chief media analyst Brian Stelter. Brian, what do you make of these remarks coming from Gates?
Yes, and Gates is about to launch a book next week. So we're going to be hearing more from him in the days and weeks to come. As the Sunday Times article points out, these two men are of different generations. And in some ways, you could probably view Bill Gates as the establishment figure versus Musk, very much anti-establishment now, very much on the Trump train. Gates is one of these older tech billionaire types who's now on the sidelines wondering what to make of it all. And we've heard that from other people who have known Musk for decades as well. As Musk has become more radicalized and has embraced right-wing politics in the past few years, we've heard from his former allies and counterparts, colleagues who have noticed this dramatic change. And here is Bill Gates, of all people, saying some of what Musk is now spouting is insane.
Beyond British politics, Brian, Musk recently made a virtual appearance at a campaign event for Germany's far right. At this point, what role is he playing in politics, not only abroad, but also here in the U.S.?
Right, he's using his megaphone in ways that people like Gates are unaccustomed with. Bill Gates, for example, is saying, when you're as rich as I am, you pick a few issues, you focus on those, you don't go and try to change people's votes in other countries. That's Gates's position. That's his point of view. He says, for example, I didn't want Brexit to happen, but I didn't tell people how to vote. Musk's doing something very differently. He's openly campaigning for that far right party in Germany and making an appearance via Zoom over the weekend at a rally for AfD. So he is putting his muscle and his megaphone behind his political views. There's less evidence that Musk is using his own personal wealth to influence politics in other countries, but he's definitely using his X account and his public appearances. And now that Musk has an office with the Trump White House, it makes everything Musk does even more complicated. When he goes out and endorses a party in German elections, what does that mean about Trump? What does that mean about U.S. foreign policy? Things were complicated for Elon Musk a month ago, but now they're even more complicated because of his U.S. government affiliation.
It is a fascinating dynamic. Brian Stelter, thank you so much.